I've been born within my own confusion. Just coming down.
All right, man. Yes. Well, I'm trying to run 3 monitors, a screen, the audio and video, and trade these markets and talk to you about life and not have my wife too mad at me today. I'm supposed to be going to New Orleans tomorrow. And I'm in here live watching the markets, so I got to do some things, man. I got to get a property. I just put it on Zillow. Applications are coming in. If you follow my Instagram story, you see me over there working on it. Yesterday, I did what I call the dirty paint job. This right here is the TQ on a 3-minute chart. We trade this in our Discord group, man. Just this right here, man. In that fast money section. Been pretty hot today, and not right now. Now I'm feeling cold. And what I want to show you is the money flow, this here. And I think there's different ways to interpret the money flow. And so you're going to probably take it and do it differently. And there's this thing called time. I believe most people today call it time continuum. What did I say it was? What did they call it? I always called it the triple screen. And it was in my trading days, and we're just talking trading now because I'm going to show you something what I think is a trading opportunity. Now, in trading involves risk. Like you could get punched in the face. Boxing involves getting an ass whooping. Like, let's just call it what it is. We got saved there. See how it's coming back. Now, I want you to see something right now. Look at that. You got the 5-day. The little dots right there, my friend, on YouTube, these little red dots is the 5-day exponential moving average. The blue dots are the 10-day exponential moving average. And the green is the 20, not day. On this chart, it's the not day, because it'll change with time. If you're on a daily chart, it'd be a 20-day. If you're on a 5-minute chart, it'd be a 25-minute bar. So if you see the way they're configured, 5, 10, 20, right there, that's just math, man. Don't make this more there's nothing magical about a moving average. The magical part, and the only part you get paid on, is price. And that's it right now. The price right now of the TQ, which is a triple leverage fund of the QQQ technology, is $24.69 a share. Look at it. Little lizard looking thing. What is that? Well, this bar here is 3 minutes, and then you get another one. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is I talk a lot about the money flow being fractal. Woohoo! About to get deep today, baby. A fractal is a never-ending pattern. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. They are created by repeating a simple process over and over again in an ongoing feedback loop. Well, that's the feedback loop. Well, let me get it back on live time, G. Come on, man, get your shit together. Bam! Just since we've been talking, look what happened. It came down. Now, let's put this on a daily. Don't look like much there, does it? But notice the moving averages. 5-day, 10-day, 20-day. They're all numerically in alignment, pointing up. And what you see is price is rising. And that, my friends, in the money flow, what I call a stage 2 breakout. Yeah, you can call it whatever, flux capacitor. And it's not, past performance is not indicative of future results. And I have no idea where it's going. I don't think anybody really does. I do believe this, that over time, prices go up. And from time to time, shit gets on sale. And I think a lot of times, people who can see or spot value. Now, you might say, well, how do you know that's valuable? Well, it has come down a lot. It was up here, and now we're way down here. And what I've found is just this little pattern. And it'll run for a while, and then it'll stop, come back down, and prices go up and prices go down, man. That's the random rotation. But what I've found is when they start to go up, they go over that green line. Now, before they do that, they do some other things. Hold on, man. Let me check back over here. I'm about to get to... See, I was supposed to have closed this before I got on, but I didn't. Let me open that over here. Otherwise, it's going to interrupt you over and over. Give me the 3. I guess everybody can hear me. Uncle Daddy. That was funny, huh? Yeah, let me get off this. Sorry. Hold on, just a second. Stay with me. Don't give up, man. We're live. I'm just keeping a close eye on this. So what I wanted you to see on this is this pattern of this, what I call the money flow, okay? And all I believe is that price moves like this. And I was texting with somebody today, and I was saying, I know it doesn't do it all the time. And what we got to try to do is try to identify when it's doing it. And it's like, oh, shit, dude, is this a stage 3? Because that would be a 3. And if you're trading in this morning, that's what I rode up, man. And then got out. And then what? It started to go again. Hey, let me in. If we're going to run again, let's go. But if we're going to break down here and come down, let me get out. And all of that is just me trying to trade around this pattern. And it doesn't mean, the pattern doesn't mean it's predictive, like, oh, if you do this, it's not that, man. I wish it was. It's just a way of seeing flow. So what I try to do is see the flow and then look for what I think are low risk entries into the flow. And if I'm going to apply this to, say, buy and hold, like this is the Ford chart. And what I'm really watching is, I know the market is just a fucking place of chaos. Everybody thinks they know what's happening. They don't know shit. Nobody knows what's going on, man. I can show you, man, I listen to a lot of content, read a lot of books, and I'm halfway intelligent, and all I do is watch the markets, and more and more I do it, and more I realize nobody knows shit. Here's what I know. Over time, if you buy assets that are good and you keep them for long periods of time, you just get fucking rich, okay? So, and if you start to watch those things and accumulate, if you saw Warren Buffett's letter he put out where he bought Coca-Cola for 7 years, well, it wasn't the only thing for 7 years. It was one of other shit he was buying. But all the things he's buying, he's using some sort of target. And so he's like, okay, we bought it here, and whenever it goes here, we're going to buy it. But guess what? It could still be cheap, higher than what you paid for it. Meaning you could buy it here, and then over here, it's still undervalued. And this is a daily chart of Ford. Now look at this. Act like you're a little kid. Let me back this up, man. I think sometimes if you take the line, stay with me, man. We're talking about the fractal nature of the markets. Now look at this. All right, and if you have my book, you look at this. We're talking about bars or candles being printed onto what we call a chart. Keep it simple. Oh, let me close this down. Can't concentrate on two things there. I'm going to step aside. Now, let me show you what I just stepped aside on. And I don't know where to, I have no idea where price is going. But now the configuration has changed. Now, it could hold in here, there's support, and it plays, but I don't have time to watch it and talk to you at the same time. And that's what I would be watching. So if my time is shorter, I'm still doing the same thing. I'm watching this direction of price, and I'm looking at where's price in relation to those moving averages. It's not that the moving average is magical, but where is the 5, 10, 20? What is the numerical alignment, the time continuum, the three pieces, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost? 1, 2, 3, not complicated, okay? Looking for three things to align. Well, same on price a lot. So let's look at this right here. Banks have been crashing. The KRE is the ETF that tracks the regional bank regionals. About 65 of them in this ETF. All right, 65 stocks in this ETF. This up here is the 200-day moving average. When shit falls underneath this, it tends to be on sale. That's your first sign. That's an alert. You're like, wow. And I mean, it's fucking plunging. Look at the numerical alignment of these lines. Pretend like you're not as smart as you think you are. And look at them. 20, 10, 5. They're pointing straight down. Now, what if you believe that keeps happening until they're not? Well, you wouldn't buy here, and you probably wouldn't buy here, and you're not buying here. I mean, there's still there's not even a fucking hint of a turn. So as we watch that, what that does is give me patience. I'm like, all right, because if you look at this, I don't know if you noticed, but these are all bars. And even when it got going to the downside, I mean, how many bars are we on? It didn't happen in one day. It didn't go to zero over fucking night. Look, you got the alignment. Well, let's look now. Let me turn that on. What do we see? Look at the alignment. Where's price? 24.53. Where's the 5-day? 24.58. I think 53 is below 58. So the average price is below the 1 week, the 2 week, the month. This is moving down. But if you think about it, all that's telling you, my point is there's nothing magical about these moving averages. You can look at price and see it. You don't have to be that bright to see down, 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 down. Well, what do you think that's going to do to the averages? Turn them down? Right. And so these work in continuum. This is a layer to work with each other, man. So as you're watching price, there is something magical about the crossover. It's a zone of conflict. Back up for a second. Right? This is Ford. If we're looking at the pattern, where are we at? We're not up here. We're not over here. We got to be on this side. Are we going down or are we going sideways? Well, it can't go sideways in one day. Oh, shit. We just added order to chaos, man. The fucking and you're like, I don't know where it's going, but I can tell you what it's doing. And what it's doing is going down. So if I'm trying to catch a bottom, this is the regional banks. Let's kick up the risk level. You want to party? Are you scared? Now, don't do this in your 401k. Say we rob grandma. You're like, hey, grandma, you got a brokerage account? Let me show you something dangerous. This is DPST, this triple leverage. This could go to zero, by the way. The unleveraged is the KRE. Watch. DPST is up 5.28%. KRE up 1.7%. Now, for all you guys that are math majors, did you see what happened? One's 3 times the other. The charts are the same, right? Look. right? Left, right. It's all simple. One is leveraged, and it's actually an ETN, electronically traded note. It's a note, man. It's not an ETF, not a mutual fund, not a REIT, not a closed-end fund. It's a fucking derivative. I can't even talk. Listen up, man. It's a derivative. It could go to zero. I've owned 3 of them that went to zero. Oh, wait. Let's check in. Our friend, the TQ. Look what it's doing. Look what price. Man, let me get rid of all this writing here. You guys need to listen up. Man, I got followers on fucking vacation right now. Fed's about to talk. You're out there on vacation. Look what's happening to price as we speak. Look, it bounced off and is now what? Is it above the 5-day and the 10? What's happening? You're starting to see curls in the indicators. Well, that looks different. Yeah, it looks like this. Right? Now look, what are you seeing? It's turning. And so what you're seeing in real time, because the system is fractal. Can you see a stage 1? There's reversal. Boom. There was our breakout. We got a little fake one here, got stopped out. Now we're back, man. We're back. This rips what? We got resistance right here. And so you see the money flow, the fractal pattern of the money flows playing out during the day. Oh, man, I'm sitting here talking away. This thing's probably ripping. Hanging out with you guys, I'm going to go broke, man. Hey, if you don't have my book, The Two Selves, How to Be 10 Foot Tall and Bulletproof, you should get it. It's an ebook. It's only $27. Price of a sandwich, make you taller. I guarantee it. All right, now, back to Ford. You see that pattern? Well, let's make it TQ. Keep it naked. Don't even need to move in averages, man. Fuck that. I'm in flow, baby. I don't need to move in averages. If I'm looking at this, what do you bet that right around here is where the 20s, let's put it on and see, man. Man. Let's get in flow. Oh, look at this. Look at it. We knew that. We could see it. All the 20's doing is just helping me define and draw my pattern. I don't know how far it goes up, but here's what I know. It runs in about a little bit of another pattern. And we have indicators that'll help us. And all they say, listen, all they say is, look, over the last average, this shit's not average right now. That's it, man. RSI is going, look, the kid ain't normal. I don't know what to tell you. It's like you have a kid, he's acting up at school. You go in and you're like, what's wrong with him? Fuck, I don't know. He just ain't like the other kids, man. That's what it's telling you. It's not normal. And watch. Shit ain't normal. Shit ain't normal. Comes down. If it gets too low, it's going to bang on the other side. Hey, this ain't normal. That's all the RSI is doing, man. And so we as people can watch that. Oh, is this bitch still going? Let's see. Look at that. We're breaking out. 2463, stage 2 breakout. Now, don't go FOMO into that. I'm trying to show you this stuff here in real life. So it's a fractal pattern. So I could do it on a daily. I had a guy yesterday tell me, I can't train, Gerald. I have a job. I'm like, all right, Jim, you can trade, sir. Back the time frame up. It's called time frame continuum, or what I used to call a triple screen. I would look at a higher time, a little bit lower time, and then my execution time. And so if I'm playing, say I wanted to trade these markets on a faster time frame. Maybe you're unemployed, man. Smoke a lot of weed, can't go anywhere, sitting at home. You're like, fuck, why don't we trade? Yeah, man, why don't we trade? Told a guy that yesterday. Why don't you trade, bro? You're just sitting here. What do you mean? I said, here. It was a homeless guy. And I said, hey, tell you what, instead of me giving you some money, you go fucking hustle up $47. I'll give you my eBook. And you could sit your ass here on the street all fucking day and learn to trade. And when you see me walk by, ask me a question. And he just looked at me. Oh, I'm trying to help you, bro. You got a phone. You're sitting here anyway. Why don't you trade? He didn't want to trade, man. I don't know. So if I'm looking at this is the daily. This is the 20-day moving average. Price is moving up. We're in an uptrend. So let's say I wanted to, if I wanted to get dirty, I wanted to take some risk. Stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Man, I could make a homeless man a day trader. You doubt me, man. You guys are laughing. I'm going to make a homeless man a day trader. You watch. That's a good goddamn content right there. I tried it. I got a couple dudes on Bitcoin that aren't in the system, man. They're off the matrix, traveling bartenders. And I'm like, just buy Bitcoin, dude. Well, I had two of them laugh at me. You ain't laughing now, bitch. Your money would have doubled. That's how smart you are. I sent the one guy a text message, showed it to him. Said, hey, traveling bartender, you could have just doubled your money, but you're too stupid to listen to me. There you go. I didn't like the guy anyway. Two of them did buy it. One dude texted me back, what do I do? I'm like, with what? He said, I'm up $90, man. What do I do? I was like, put 9,000 in. Put 90 fucking thousand in, bro. That's what you do. Keep stacking it up. Borrow against it. Borrow your profits out. I don't know. Learn. Make money. So what you do, send me $47 and I'll send you my book. And then you could trade Bitcoin. Anyway, TQ is to the upside, right? All the moving averages are aligned. We can see that. So if we come over here, oh, Jesus, look what's happening. We're getting a breakout that confirms in the direction of the daily. Let's back this up, the time conundrum. We're going to go back to the 15. So on the 15-minute chart, we are above the 5-day, the 10-day, and the 20. Price is moving higher. It's very slow, but that's what it's doing. And it's just slowly grinding. And if you look, oh, look at that. We ticked up. Look, same thing here. It cannot go up, ladies and gentlemen, without going above that green line. It is not mathematically fucking possible because that is an average of the last 20 days. And if it starts... If it starts to go sideways, you see it poking? It's too much being dropped today. As this is being poked, hey man, I'm up 120 while talking to you. Now I don't feel so bad. I was feeling like I was getting ripped off. If you don't have my book, The Two Selves, How to Be 10 Foot Tall and Bulletproof, and you're not 10 foot tall and bulletproof, could be why. It's $27. And if you want to be an influencer, you got to read it. I think I'm going to start requiring that of all influencers. You cannot go live with me if you don't have that book. I told the Campfire Real Estate gang I wasn't going to go live with them until they bought Bitcoin. And then I said, no, I better not do that because they're old people. They might not be able to figure out how to buy it. And they're going to feel uncomfortable. You know, it's, where is this? I don't even know what I own. It's in the ether. And can't be bothered to buy that. Why would I buy that? I got all this rich. I'm fucking rich, flying around in jets, and I have real estate. I don't need to buy your stupid Bitcoin. Then Bitcoin goes up 70%. What do I know? You got any houses that went up 70% this month? Didn't think so. My Bitcoin did. And I can borrow against this shit. And it went up tax-free, by the way. And I could borrow the profits out and not pay taxes. But what do I know? All right. Where are we at now? Let's see. What the fuck do I know? And it's hard to get people over 60 to buy Bitcoin. All right. This is my hairy, scary trade. Safe way to do this is KRE. The safest way to do this, and if I was doing it in a buy and hold, XLF. XLF is the largest banks in America. They are now below the 200-day moving average. Here's what happened last time they were under the 200-day moving average. It came back. What happened over here? It came pretty damn near and then came back down and then hit it. And you say, yeah, but it moved down. Yeah, I know. But it still hit it. Meaning it didn't work well as we thought it would work. Sorry. So as a risk person, meaning I gotta decide the risk that I want to play, and maybe I do a little bit of all of it. You're like, what do you mean? Shit, over my buy and hold account, I pick up some XLF. Well, this is the 10 largest banks in America, not regionals, the big boys, okay? This is like buying Exxon, Chevron, Conoco in the XLE. But now, what if we want to step out? We want to get into the drillers and the transporters and the fucking exploration stocks, the ones that really move, Gerald. Which ones are those? Well, that's KRE, man. This is the regional banks. This is the people that caused the whole shit show to begin. SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, is in this ETF. That fucker went to zero. You know why? Because they went all in on one thing, period. Had no other way of making money. They traded all to one side, meaning like you went all in crypto, or you went all in on some penny stock, or you went all in on REITs, and they had the worst possible result, and they went down. And they're marking their balance sheet to these assets that they own. Well, when people come in and want their money, they're now selling into a loss that they leveraged, by the way. Start selling into a leveraged loss. You don't stay solvent long. Dirty business, man. Now, what if they'd have got that right? Well, they'd have been geniuses. It's like going to the Super Bowl. You're either the fucking winner or the loser. You get to decide, man. This is the KRE. That's one way to play this. Here's the dirty way. TPST. Now, a couple ways you can do this. You could trade it. Trade it means you're going to set a stop. I mean, if it hits, I'm out. I'm trading it. I don't want to be in it if the shit ain't working. That's called trading. We got a couple stop zones here. I'd take this down a little bit. Every algorithm in the world knows we're going to have stops right here. If I ran an algo firm and I got a computer, I'd be like, hey, bust that. Bust it. And then buy that shit right back. And then bust it again and then buy it right back. You don't think they do that? Shit. It don't take much money. Fat finger that right now. You'll bring this down, man. If you got enough money. And they might do that just to bang some people out, man, scare them so they can run it up and makes it take a while for you to get in. You don't believe that happens? RSI is extreme. We are way below the 100. The fear is as far as it can go off the fucking charts. What is it? 18. It's like, it's low, bro. Hold on. Where are we at on the TQ, man? All right. You see what's up, right? 24.69 prices above the 5-day, above the 10-day, above 20-day. They're all pointing up. Prices above all three. The general direction of price is drifting higher. How far does it drift? I have no idea. I don't even get worried till it stopped where it stopped before. That's called price has memory. And that memory, technicians call support and resistance. Now, this shit isn't real. And obviously, you can't trade on that. That'd be fucking ridiculous. That'd be like, because they say past performance is not indicative of future results, so you can't use past performance, right? That's what they say. So, but if I was a betting man, if it came up into here, I'd probably take some off if I was short-term trading it. That's called trading. Bam, bam. Thank you. Next. You know, that's trading, guys. Now, the other way of trading is maybe your target's much further, which means your time frame continuum changes. So you might, that's 3-minute chart. Back that shit up to 15-minute. And all of a sudden, what happens? Well, we got a little bit different of an upside. There ain't no overhead resistance there. You know, we're up into here, man. It's been up to here before. I like to Let's just call these two here, man. Keep it simple. Man, more science than art. And look at it, 25.25, man. See how that changed? But that resistance we're seeing on the 3 minute was right here. I know 3 minutes very tight. I'm just using it as an illustration. And you can already see it bouncing down, man. Fuck, it's already in a little box. You see a box being built, man. Look at this. Look at these little money flows. See them? Watch it. Right, it goes down. Keeps going. I don't know. We're watching. But if I back that up, now, what if I take that from the daily? All that resistance we were seeing, oh, baby, we just went through the time machine. All the resistance, the time machine, man. Did you feel it? Look how the game changes when we back up. Remember old Jim said, I ain't got time to trade, Gerald. I ain't got time to trade, Gerald. I'm so busy at work. And I'm like, Jim, you ain't got 1 fucking minute a day? What if you had 1 minute? You're like, yeah, I got 1 minute. All right, here's what you do. When price gets above this green line, get fucking very aware. And if you're following this pattern, you only got to look at it 1 time a day. Stay with me. And instead of doing what I just did on the 3 minute, which is coming at you like this, you might not want to be in flow like that. You're busy. Or maybe you do. Be a fucking cyborg, sit in a room watching price go up and down, just trying to make money. Or you're using it as a position trade. So if I was going to position trade this, what that means is if price breaks down, let's say this isn't the bottom. I think it's the bottom, by the way, but I don't know that, okay? So if I buy some here, this chart doesn't support that. It's not above the 5-day moving average. Let's take this down to 2 bars, and I was saying in Discord that this is pretty aggressive. No, let's do 2 bars a day. Yeah, 2 bars a day is, I think, is what I was looking at. Yeah, and earlier we were above the 5, now we're below. That's why I was saying we're being very, very, very delicate here. If I'm trading, I realize what I'm trading here. In here, but to me, this is the anchor point, and in here. You got to figure out how tight you're doing this. I'm giving this room and just buying smaller. Meaning, I think this box is, it's a little big right now. And if it's inside this box here, I don't want to fucking get out. You see what I'm saying? So as I'm watching this, I'm seeing this. Or it's what I'm taking a shot at. I don't know. This is what I'm waiting for. And so if I shrink the time, it's obviously going to happen on the lower before it gets to the higher, right? And so you're trying to jump it. And so as I watch this, I'm like, cool. So I might have an uncle. I might say, you know what? I'm going to get in, but if this level that's held here doesn't, I'm out. That's trading. You might extend it out a little. I would extend it out a little, me, and have a smaller and let this build. And as long as it stays in this box, I would just drip build it. I'd build it up because I know this is, see the turn starting to happen? Look. But that is such a big drop. Dude, this could take a while. So my point to that is maybe now we take a little shot. Sorry. Now, DPS could go to 0. If we get another leg down, you need to go read on this ETN. They may have something written into the contract that says if this hits $5, we close the fund, and it hits $5, they're just going to give you your cash. If I was playing and that happened, that's happened to me twice in these type of funds, okay? When that happens, I immediately took the money and I rolled it into the unleveraged version of it, okay, to get back into the trade. Now, that's fucked, but it's better. I'd rather get $5 than no bucks. In other words, they may have written into this fund, if this goes from $7 to $5, they're closing it, which means you couldn't position trade it. Now, listen to this, the XLF, if you were homeless, you could do this. XLF. But I'm not going to teach a homeless guy unless he pays me $47 for my ebook. I'm not teaching this guy to fucking trade free. Just because you're homeless doesn't mean you get it free, okay? That guy needs to earn it too, man. And once he learns that, he can do Bitcoin. Think about it. You're sitting there talking to a guy the other day. He sits there and I'm like, you don't play guitar very well, dude. It was like he's on the street every day playing guitar and he's not good. It's like, why? You should trade Bitcoin. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, beg for money, take all the money, put it into Bitcoin, and learn to trade it. Rather than sit here and play shitty guitar all day. Just an idea. He didn't execute on that. I'm not giving him the book for free. No, man. He didn't want to play songs for free. He was trying to get paid. So, that's mean? My man says that's mean. That ain't mean, man. Here's our box on the XLF. This is the actual sector of the S&P 500. I highly doubt they're going to let fucking banks go out of business. It's below the 200 moving average now. It's building a box. We're getting the turn. This is where I got to nibble, man. If I'm playing this. Now, I don't know when it goes up. I don't know. So if I'm position trading this, if this level doesn't become this, meaning, let's say it goes sideways and then it runs up. If it doesn't do that, if it doesn't run up, but instead breaks down, that means that one wasn't a 1, it was a 3. So I play it as if that was a 3. Where's it at? Meaning, when it comes down, it's just like it was up here. There's sideways. When this comes down, what am I going to do? Nothing until it sets up on another 1. So if it breaks, I'm just going to wait. That could be a week, could be 2 weeks, could be 3 weeks, could be whatever. It could break down and then immediately the next day come back up, and I call that back into the box. And to me, that confirms this box, meaning all they were doing was busting out people and then coming back. Well, you're not busting me out if I'm position trading, but you don't want to position trade something that could go to 0 usually. If you do, just understand the risk you're taking, okay? Which means if it comes down, then what am I waiting? I'm doing nothing. That could be a week, 2 weeks. I'm waiting for this exact setup again, which is this over here. And you saw this one where it started to go, came back. Look, breaks the box, comes back into the box, that box we had going. And to me, that's super bullish. And then look what happens, just runs. And you're like, yeah, but how do you know? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just playing off what it's doing. If it's going up, I want to go up. If it's going down, I either want to do nothing. So if it's a position, I don't want to add to it. I want to add at the bottom. Does that make sense? And you say, well, how do you know where? I don't. But I know when it stopped. And you're like, how? It's going up. And now I just need a definition of what's up the quickest possible. It don't even need to be perfect. It just needs to be a way. And so if I'm playing blackjack and you give me an 11 and the dealer's got a 5, double every time. Every fucking time. If I lost the last 3, double. And in each one of those doubles, by the way, game theory, each one of those doubles, you could get a shitty card. And that's still the game, and that was still the play. And I just began to simplify it like that. That simple pattern, man. Look at Bitcoin. 27,996. There's an article out there about Zim. Last chance to board. Some seeking alpha. Kind of agree with the cat. I hate that website though. Fractal pattern. Now look at Bitcoin. Would you buy Bitcoin here? I wouldn't. I mean, if you just want to have some, you can. If you're a trader of Bitcoin, would you buy it here? No. You would buy it here and you would sell it here. That's called being a trader. Now, some people can't trade. It's not in them. Now, a guy that buys couches and sells couches does not get all emotional when you buy the couch. But come into the stock market and you start to get attached. And that's what makes the world of trading just a little bit more difficult. Because trading, you don't give a fuck about what that you get in, right? There's the anchor point. There's price breaking above the 5-day. And if I'm a trader, that's my entry. For me, part of my that tells me we're going from this, we're about to go into this. That's the direction we're headed. It stopped doing the other thing. Right? So as a trader, and then what's the breakout? Now what? I assume it keeps going. Until when? Till it stops. Looks like it just stopped. And you said, well, you could have said that yesterday. I know. And the day before. I know. And the day before. I know. But the difference is it didn't build up multiple candles. It didn't go sideways. So the next day it went higher. Cool. Next day higher. Cool. New high. Shit, we can walk it all the way up. How high you want to go? Let's go. Keep going. I'm not even going to get worried till we get 4 of them. And then I'm going to be like, wow, okay, if I'm a trader, we might have traded out here. So I'm trading on this. Now, if you're trading on a 1 minute or 3 minute time frame, like right now, man. What is going on, man? Let me show you. Look what's happening. So we're in real time. Price is what? 24.62. See how chaotic it is? Look at that. And you start to see this little box develop, huh? See it? It doesn't mean where shit's going. Then you can kind of move. It's organic, man, and it's also a little bit of art. How you draw these, and all you're trying to do there is get structure. That doesn't a signal in and of itself, man. I've watched a guy criticize that because of that, and I'm like, yeah, well, I understand that. Most people do. And you account for that. You account for these off wicks, and you use where it closed as the most important for drawing that box. And we recognize this pattern, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's going up. It's just what it looks like when it does. And it often stops where it stopped before, which if you look over, you could say, well, it stopped up here. And it's like, yeah, but you could bring that down because you just got more bars in here. And so I kind of adjusted. It's like a living thing, man. And these are just zones and areas. And it's not like an exact rule, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, this is what's happening. So this is moving. So I can kind of use it. And if you're trying to create something so systematic that it's like you don't do it's not AI. This is you just looking at price. And so if I'm looking at this banking sector right, and that was on a short term, and look on the daily, that move we were just looking at is nothing. Look, price is at 24.60. That move is nothing. It doesn't even register. So even Jim, who's got a full-time job, Jim, you could learn to trade stocks, Jim. If you look, you would have done absolutely nothing for the last 4 days. There was your breakout 4 days ago, Jim. And you got a chance to get in there at the close. So even if you missed it, you could have put an order in the next day. It said buy at the open, which would have bought it even lower, Jim. And you'd be in right there. And today you would be right here. And when you look at the chart, there is nothing for you to do. You were waiting for it to go up. Let's look at that on this with all the indicators. So, do you see what I just said there? Oh, you guys that got jobs, you can trade. Separate your trading account from your buy and hold. Don't do this shit in your buy and hold. Your buy and hold should be just that, a sacred account. You own dividend stocks. Don't be in there fucking around. You should hold yourself to an accountable of God gave you that money. You are a fucking agent and a steward. You need to put it into wise shit and make smart decisions. Okay? Now, when it comes to trading, we're trading. Right? And if you're position trading, you're position trading. I've taken it to separate all of them, man. I got a buy and hold. I got a position trading account. And I got a trading account. But at the very least, separate the buy and hold from trading. Doing that will improve your performance. And there were years that I made 7,000 moves in my trading account and my buy and hold beat me. I remember thinking, God damn, 7,000 transactions. Yeah, man, 7,000. You're a day trader. It's a lot. One year I paid 7,900 in commissions to trade. You guys don't pay shit and still complain about it. Who was that in Discord last night was talking? They charge me $1.47 every time I execute the trade. Kind of bothers you taking a... I'm teasing, man. We easily paid. I don't remember exactly. It was 30 something, man. When I first started, you first had to call it in on the phone. And then shortly after I did it, you emailed it in. Emailed. You got to do is look at a fucking button and click it with your thumb. Like, that's how easy. Homeless people could trade. If you were fucking homeless and open up an account, put some money in it, and stick to it every fucking day, and did it day in and day out, and just pick one fucking thing. And if every time Bitcoin broke out, you just bought some. That's all he's got to do, man. It ain't that complicated. The edge on that is, and I think stuff goes up, its natural tendency due to inflation, government intervention, and God himself wants things to go up. So whenever things get beat down, vultures, sharks, traders, pirates, money flow gang members start looking. And we think, how can I make some money on the misery of other people? Imagine you work at a bank and you meet a bank teller and you're like, oh my God, that's sorry. You're getting fired, huh? What bank you work at? Let me see. Yeah, man. I can make some money off this. So if I want to get in this, and it looks like it's the bottom, man. Let's just crank up the leverage. 3x leverage. Regional banks. Everything is just screaming down. RSI's off the charts. This has been a shit show. I mean, look at this. Is it done? Who knows? Probably not. Probably not. And we got the Fed talking. So, two ways you play it. You buy some. If it starts to rip, I'd add to it. If it drops, I just wait. And I play that right now is a bottom. Might not be the bottom. And if I'm trading it, I got a stop loss somewhere. And if I'm position trading it, I just go on wait. And I let it come in and set up for the next one. And I lower that price point. And it may take 3 months, 2 months. Shit, maybe I hope it does so we can build it up and make some money, man. Maybe you only got $80, right? So that's going to limit. Man, a homeless guy could do it. Gold to a higher or cool down. Come on, man. We've been in gold, man. We just took profits in gold. I say we. I just took profits in gold. Sold a little. Hope I logged. I'll put it. I try to say what I'm going to do and then a little while later do it. Let's see. Text that. Oh, 317 trim 10% profits from UGL. When was that? Oh, wow. Right there. Now, where's the RSI? My man says, I'm from Lafayette, and a country boy can survive. Some Cajuns. Cajun. You don't go to Cajun Mardi Gras, man. Cajun Mardi Gras is some weird shit, man. And I'm country. I was raised in the South my whole life, and then as a kid, well, I shouldn't say that. As a kid, I moved to Alaska, which is just a different kind of country. And my dad's family is all hillbillies. Well, you ain't, and to you, that's like the white Indian tribes, man. Seriously. I was with a friend, and he's like, man, what was it like? Because Alaska is a lot of native Indians, and they are, a lot of them up north have not quite, when I was there in what was I in there? 77, 78, 79, up until I was in high school, man. And, there was always conflict between the Indian kids and the white kids, man. But I had this friend of mine named Aaron, and Aaron was half white, half Indian, and he caught hell on both sides. But he was tough as fuck, man. He ended up going to prison, and now he runs a construction business. Went to prison for selling cocaine. Talking about careful, AI will block you for saying that. Coca-Cola. So this is gold. Would I buy gold was the question. Absolutely not, sir, because the money flow is already on the gold, so we're taking profits. And then we would let it drift, and I hope you're right. I hope it goes up. But if I was you, I would have bought it over here. Come on, man. We're going to do this game again, huh? All right, I'm back in. Yeah, so this play here is the opposite of what we're looking at, right? And we saw last time it ran out of steam. We got heads up from the RSI. Doesn't mean it's going to be today. Could take a couple weeks. But this is, we're hoping, is the anchor point, and we're going to take profits, or I take profits because it hit the RSI. That was the plan in to get in. And see what we're up on that. A lot. 16.47%. Or about $900 on 100 shares. Is that right? Would that be right? So 100 shares down here would have been what? $5,600. And now you'd be at $6,300. Yeah, so about 900 bucks. So yeah, I took some off here. And we'll wait and see if this builds out. Hopefully it drifts a little higher and then builds it out. And then what? It'll come down, man. That's what Bitcoin is. So the opposite of this is the XLF. Could I get the money from gold to buy the DPST? I could roll some money from the UGL that's going up. We don't want to take it off the table because it's going up, but maybe I could take some gains and add it to the one that I'm thinking about playing with. And what if I get that roll right? Bam, bam, back to back 16. That would be all right. That's how you start stacking chips. Sometimes you get lucky. Winds of fortune and fame favor you. Sometimes they do. Probably help, man, if you got my ebook, The Two Selves, How to Be 10 Foot Tall and Bulletproof. That'd be badass if you were bulletproof. Now, don't shoot yourself. I probably shouldn't have given it that title, man. Somebody will be like, hey, bro, I'm not bulletproof. I shot myself in the foot. I hope that doesn't happen. I'm just assuming my audience ain't that dumb. I probably should preference that on the book in the back. It says, hey, by the way, I'm not an accountant, attorney, I'm a lawyer. I'm actually licensed to do nothing. I'm just a guy on Instagram and YouTube who follows the stock market and the real estate market and tries to get a little bit better every day. That's it, man. That's it. That's all I am. And I just do it with some people. And this is it. This is the move down. This is the money flow. And we believe that over time, or I do, that prices go up. If I can catch good shit on sale, I don't know how good this shit is. Preference that. Other people think it is. Wells Fargo. Bleh. I hate these big banks. Bank of America. Bleh. Oh, look, we're headed down. Maybe wait a minute. You see what I see? Where's JP Morgan? Now, this is the play, stock-wise, as much as I don't like them. Bleh. Where's... Wow, they're coming down. They're coming down, man. Let's check Lyft. So look at Lyft. See the pattern? Everything's rolling over. We'll see on this, huh? That is the beginnings of a stage 2. There was the 1, there's 2. It's also back in the box. It's also very undervalued and underneath the 200. And we have a target. Now, the Federal Reserve's going to meet this week. I'm traveling to New Orleans, by the way. Hey, you should come trade with me in real time. That would be fun. Now, I'm prone to drinking alcohol during the day, just so you know. And guess what? I still work, man. I might do it at work. Might think I'm an alcoholic. I'm not. I just like to drink. There's a difference. I'm very functioning. Is there a difference? You don't think there's a difference? My man over here says there ain't no difference. I beg to differ. I'm extreme. What stock is this? Better get a hold of yourself, girl. This is Lyft. You need to come trade with me. What stock is this? God damn. You don't know this is Lyft, man? $9. What else would be $9.86? What else chart looks like this? Verizon was upgraded today. A lot of you need to come trade with me. You're so close. My man Michael, where are you at? I'm going to call you out too, bro. I'm in Discord. This is why I ain't got no friends. How many vacations you going on, bro? God damn. You've been on at least 4. And I ain't been on, I ain't been on 1. I just went on business trips and bought the beach house. You don't need to be anywhere you ain't buying some shit. All you guys need to lock it down, man. You ain't got enough money. You don't have enough money. Everyone listening to my voice does not have enough money. You ain't got time to be down in Dominican Republic. You need to be stacking some fucking cash and getting ready for some shit show about to come. We need money. Man, oh man. I'm just kidding, man. Go on your vacation. Don't let me guilt you. Don't let me hear no bullshit about you ain't got no money to buy real estate next year, though, and you've been on vacation. Seriously, all you guys, I'm putting that out there. Don't be booking a one-on-one with me crying, oh, I can't seem to find any real estate, Gerald. Yeah, it could be because you went on 3 vacations in the last year. That could be why you don't have money to buy real estate. Just saying. Instead on vacation, your ass was working, and then you pulled a few extras, turned it into the 8th day, In those 2.5 years, you could have made $500,000. You know how much money you give up by not owning a fucking apartment building or not having $200,000 in dividend stocks? You know how much money you give up by not having $500,000 invested in the stock market? And some people get scared about it. It's like, are you fucking stupid? You don't need to be scared about it. You don't have enough fucking money in. There is nothing to be scared about except you don't have money. That's what you need to be scared of. There is nothing scary about the stock market. But dude, I never fails. We'll blow out Discord. You watch the market fall 15 fucking 20%. It'll be crickets. That's what happens. I know, man. Back this up. Go to a monthly on. Look at this. I know it's terrifying. 2023, 22, 21, 20, 19. Look at this. All the way back to your parent. You were just an imagination in the backseat of your parents' car. This thing has been going up your entire life. And there's people scared of it. But what if it goes down? Stay broke. Stay fucking broke. People who do not do the stock market or do not own real estate or do not own some successful business are fucking broke. Period. That's it. We'll always be broke. The quicker you come to that realization, the faster you're going to fix your shit, man. Simple as that, man. Some of my, they are good people. Love them. Drink with them all the time. Broke. It ain't because I got some fucking privilege over them. It's because I aggressively fucking invest. That's it, man. I paint houses, you see. I'm a fucking glorified handyman. Worth millions of dollars. That's it. The only difference is I followed this shit and bought it every day, all the time. All the time, man. Didn't go on vacations until I started having money. Like dude, once I started buying real estate, I didn't do shit till I had 5 houses. I worked, bought, refinance, bought. Why? Because I'm trying to get to $1 million as fast as I can. Because then I can chill the rest of my life. And that's why now at 52, I don't have no job. I got nowhere to fucking be. From that right there, grinding, giving up a few trips, giving up a few cars here and there. In the beginning. So you got to have that grind. It don't matter how old you are or when you're starting. You might be 42 and tired. Don't give a fuck. You got to get on this right now as if you were 19 and hungry. And you got to give it a few years, man. Like you got to get aggressive on it, man. And 3 or 4 slight changes could make the difference in everything, man. Look at this, the S&P. Let's go to the daily. Hold on a second. I want to show you something. Go to the U Pro. Look at this. This is the U Pro. Let me show you something none of your friends know right now. This is the U Pro. This is a triple leverage to the S&P 500. This here is a monthly chart. Now, if you go back and look at this chart, just looking at it like with childlike thoughts, you do not see many moves that big. Right? It's been a while, man. They come, but they don't last too long. So if I can see that, and because I'm not blind, and God gave me 2 eyes, and I'm looking at this chart, and I start to learn, and all of a sudden I start to see kind of a bottoming. That's triple leverage right there. That's risky. So is a taco stand, by the way. Let's take this down. Starts to play out, man. Start to look at this. This thing's starting to go sideways. That's interesting. All the news is negative. Of course it's negative. The news is negative until it's fucking not. And when it's not, the price is 5 times higher. That's how that works. And I'm going to let you in on a secret. They're going to let you know it's good when it's past valuable. You get what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? Now, I don't know that it's going up. I'm just saying, what if you were to watch? What if you started keeping an eye on shit? That's what I'm saying. And you can do this with lots of different things at different times in your life, at different spaces, and whatever your brain can conceive and hold. Once you figure out your time frame, so I don't know why anybody wouldn't be trying to get money into this and do it however you're going to do it. You see what I see there? Look at this. What do you think I'm thinking? What do you think I'm thinking? I don't know, but what do you think I'm thinking? When you bet football, you don't know, but you can look at it and try to come up with some way, and some people are good at it. And I do believe that if you practice something enough, you get pretty good at it. And I do know this, if you just buy valuable shit and keep it for a long time, you get wealthy. I told a guy that yesterday, get more fucking mortgage payments than you got car payments and you'll just accidentally get rich. It's a stupid person's game. You just start buying valuable shit. Today, what was one? AT&T. I bought a little. It's undervalued. It's breaking out above the 5-day. Look at this. I already own a bunch, man. Trying to get to 1,000. Let's get to 1,000 shares. I own a bunch of Verizon too. Is that the bottom? I don't know, man. But look. Look how he's looking at me. You should come trade with me, man. I'll be in New Orleans on Wednesday. We could trade all day. If you got it in you. If you can be in New Orleans area and you want to do that, man, hit me up. It is not that expensive. Any recommendations for the market, though? Any recommendations? Yeah, get your... Are you fucking curious right now? Go, hey, I'm not going to yell at you. Go to thepetersreport.com. You'll see what I'm looking at, what I'm doing, what I'm watching. I watch the same shit every day. I watch your girlfriend walk by every day. I do. She walks by and I'm looking. And every day she walks by, I'm going to look. And ain't nothing you're going to be able to do to stop me, sir. Because I'm that kind of guy. I'm just going to repeat it every day. Why are you with him? Why don't you come to my side? Let me buy you lunch. You take your... Oh, sorry. I was getting a little carried away there. But we're going to go to 25th. What is that? 2025. Now, I'm not going to sell it at 2025. All from here to here is a no buy zone for me because I'm trying to buy the bottom, okay? And if you can't bring your girlfriend if you want to trade with me during the day, unless she's really ugly, don't do that. Don't bring if she's ugly, just make it me and you. I'm kidding, man. I'm joking, man. I'm just kidding. I'm getting dirty looks. Discord, you got to apply to get in, bro. You got to own my book. And if you go to page 29, I think, of the newsletter, you can send me a letter about it. It's not for everyone. It's kind of an evil dictatorship. The high-risk trade, and I'll wrap this up. I'm supposed to be leaving. If you want to trade with me coming up this week, next week, the week after, if you're going to be in New Orleans, let me know. I limit it to one person. We can talk about the markets, look at what I'm looking at, look at my portfolio, follow what's going on. If we do it all day, it's 6.5 hours, obviously, because that's how long the market is open. And obviously, you can't do that on the weekend. If you're in the area and you got some time, you want to do that, just get with me, man. I got to reserve it to make sure I'm there. We'll trade at my place and do what I do. Show you how I manage my stuff, what we do in the Money Flow Gang. You can watch Discord on my side of things. Look at the charts I'm looking at. Hang out with me, see what I'm watching, what I'm doing. And that may or may not be of value to you. It may or may not help you. I don't know. It might. Anyway. Yep. So this is DPST. Do the KRE if you're not wanting to take a risk. It looked like the stocks were pulling back. I actually haven't pulled the trigger on it. Maybe we keep an eye on this into the close, which is coming up right now. Because when we just looked at all those big cap stocks, I don't know. I probably still do it. We got a stop zone here. I'm a nibble. I'm probably not going to have a stop here. I'm going to let you know. This is a YOLO. Not a YOLO, but I'm going to take a shot. The fund doesn't close and try to make some money. Don't get too aggressive with it just yet. It's still going down if you were. All this shit involves risk, right? What is going on? All right, man. Hey, do you buy title protection memberships for your real estate? Title protection? I'm assuming you mean title insurance. You damn skippy. If you don't buy title insurance, you are what we call in Texas a dipshit. Yep, you help work on some houses. I work on houses, bro. I'm fixing to head there right now. Yeah, no. I'm not working on houses with anybody. If you want to come trade, man, let me know. I'm starting to do that this week. Gives me something to do and make some money in New Orleans if I'm just sitting there trading anyway. Why not let some people trade with me a couple days a week and we'll see what's up. So if you want to do that, let me know. No, I do not do that working on houses. That's my happy space. I do not like people around me when I work on properties. I don't even like contractors around me. That's why I do it myself. Just be aware, title insurance scams, you'll get a bunch after you close. Well, yeah, no shit. That's why you buy. As soon as you buy a house, you're going to get all kinds of bullshit all the time in the mail. You guys be good, bro. Let's discard that video. All right, YouTube. Hopefully you could hear me. It looked like everybody could. Yeah, hit the thumbs up on the live. Appreciate everybody that was here, man. Watching this trade as we close out. Let's see where the TQ is on the 3 minute. We're up a little. All right, man. You guys be good.